Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Uh, what's new with me? Well, not much. I've been having to do community service to pay off a ticket that I completely forgot about. So I've been busy doing that. Um, and, uh, and not much else in my life. I'm still looking for a job. Surprise, surprise. Uh, but I like to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. Hope we're still prepping the dinner for later, um, so I decided to just take time out to take time out to taste this. Um, Earlier, I went to church, and they actually had at the end of the service, they had it was a bilingual mass. So they went from English to Spanish, but I think most of the time it was pure Spanish. Uh, the At the end of the mass, they actually did a blessing of the bread. So everybody brought like different breads, uh, for ranging from dinner rolls to one had a baguette. I think somebody brought a full of um, box full of some sort of grain bread. Um, I think there were even people who brought tortillas, which is technically bread, um, cornbread. So I think there were even some that weren't even cooked yet. They just were asking for blessings before they stuck them in the oven and stuff. But for the Thanksgiving feast, so so I hope all of you get to eat your turkeys or your tamales or whatever you eat for Thanksgiving. We're having chicken this year. Some people I think have venison, and other people have, but turkey's pretty much the standard for most people. And they even and even where I was doing my community service, they had like a little thing of chicken and corn cream. But most of the people that are there that aren't part of the staff are uh, mentally challenged. So I think they were trying to avoid having them, with sharp objects and stuff. I don't know what the extent of it is, so I just got there. So anything else? Well, I saw uh, lately I've been making one single commentary, and I like to kind of clear that commentary up. Was the statement that last week I saw the first episode of MLP and uh, saw the advanced last four episodes of Korra, and kind of made the kind of interesting discovery um, that there's a that between them there was kind of accidentally that there is some common themes that are going through, but the overall common theme is um, letting go of the past and embracing change. And with MLP's uh, opening story arc was that the they were having the summer sun celebration, which was the first episode, which was happening in the first episode of the first season, and this time, well, this would be the first time that that she would be a participant in it. Um, that she was a participant in it, and in a kind of candid mood, Princess Celestia kind of made it clear that that for her the summer sun celebration wasn't a day of celebration, but rather a kind of somber day where she was reminded of her having to banish her sister, and being uncomfortable being a princess, but then the main characters the two Luna and Celestia disappear and causes panic in the kingdom because there's no leadership, and it falls on to Princess Twilight to bring order to this because where's Princess Cadence? Well, she's back in the Crystal Empire. She has her own thing. She's running her own country, so that's why she isn't here. So yeah, she wasn't chopped liver. She just wasn't in the story. But as for Princess, so basically, they discover that there are seed, that there are vines hopping out everywhere, and that they have to find the answers to that. So they come to the conclusion that plants are breaking out of the evergreen forest. The evergreen forest is growing, and so they end up to the conclusion that it must be Discord. They run into Discord, and Discord is basically saying, "Oh, it wasn't me," but I think your zebra friend may have a clue in what's going on. And so Korra comes up and he says, "Well, I don't know what's going on. It's pushed me out. I've just been pushed out of my home. So, but I have this thing that may give you an answer, but it can only be done by an alicorn." And so he gives it to Princess Twilight. Twilight uses her magic, her dark magic, I think, onto the mixture and turns it white, and basically gets flashes from the past, the first images, and when she does this, she doesn't realize what's going on. But basically, for those of you who saw the clip, the event animatic that they showed in Comic-Con, either online or live, I saw it online, that that it did confirm that it was a flashback. So you're wrong, Anthony. You were wrong, Anthony. It wasn't a confirmation that Luna had turned to the dark side again. We just saw how it happened and how and why it affected Celestia and how it hurted her, and then they go further back to before the a little bit before the defeat of Discord, and discovers that the elements of harmony themselves came from a different source, and that they were from something called the Tree of Harmony. And the Tree of Harmony, kind of, when you look at it, and the placements of where the stones were originally, it's very much the Tree of Life. Tree of Life looks pretty much like the Tree of Harmony. Now, for those of you, the Tree of Life, I think it's called Yasuga. I don't remember what the original name of it is, but basically the Tree of Life is kind of the map of the universe of in both Jewish and Christian lore, which can be found in the Kabbalah in Judaism, or the Book of Angels, which is in Christianity, and can be found in what's called it's a type of Catholic Bible which carries the 12 omitted books out from the Bible, from the official canon of the Bible, and these are kind of supplemental from both Old Testament and New Testament. And the Book of Angels is the Kabbalah, but translated into Greek and later into Latin and later into various other languages. But basically, the Tree of Life is used a lot in pop culture. The first time I ever saw it was in the movie, what is that movie? Time Bandits, and that was the map of the universe. And then it also pops up a lot in Neon Genesis Evangelion, and is the design of the it's on the door of Edward Elric from Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. So kind of take a look, and it's interesting the placement of where everything is, and the tree even has Lunas and 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 Celestia's cutie mark on the bottom, which means that maybe there's something. But the central piece looks like very much like Twilight's cutie mark. So there is that connection. But it confirms two things. A, there is a higher power to the magic of MLP, and that Celestia and Luna are not gods. Rather, that they are arbitrators of this greater power. That they are, I guess in a way you can see them as prophets. In the Christian sense, they are prophets. They are saints. They are Buddhas. They are the embodiment of the power to us, to the world of MLP. So, and the princesses are that. Not just Celestia and Luna, but also Cadence and Princess Twilight. So that's kind of an interesting dynamic, and it's kind of a big retcon to the universe. Well, they discovered that in order to save the Tree of Life, to save the Tree of Harmony, they must give back the power that the Celestial Sisters took from the tree, and in doing so, they relinquish that which they have long held as the thing that will save the day, and in doing so, opens up a new chapter to it. And this is majorly big. This is similar to tossing the ring into the fire of Mount Doom, or returning Excalibur back to the body of the Loch. You're letting go of that which gave you power to set the world right again, and kind of the duality of power, and that power can make great strides and great movements forward, but also if you come too dependent on that power, you can become stagnant. You can become stagnant. You can become corrupt, and it loses its potency. So to give back to the tree, and the tree gives back a gift of its own, which shall not be opened till the end of the season, as they must collect the keys to open this gift. And then in the end, Discord then reveals through another flashback the real reason why everything went to shit. It was that during their last battle, Discord was apparently eating seeds during the battle, but that was like that happened 1,000 years ago, but what no one was noticing was that those seeds were going in the ground and growing out, and that the Tree of Harmony had kept everything in place, but because every time they were using the power, they were actually weakening the tree, and so the tree needed those things back to save it from this trap that Discord had laid, but had been delayed because the tree was too strong for its plants to be rooted. So even when Discord is being helpful, he's being a total troll. He is truly a total troll, even when he's being helpful. And that is the thing. And with the end of Korra, what what happened in that case was that that during the battle, Korra loses the initial battle and her loses her avatar spirit, and what no Vatu basically Vatu wins. All of her past lives are memories of her past life are wiped away, and only and Rava seemingly disappears, and so all seems to be lost uh, until her mentor. Wait, I hate when I can't remember these people's names because it makes me look like an idiot, even though I know their names and I can't think of them right now. That's why I usually have, you know, or, I generally have Wiki open so I can at least remember names. They say don't use Wiki to research stuff. It's like, well, I use it as one source, but I always kind of have like several sources to review back. But I always keep the Wiki page open because of one reason. It's usually helpful in remembering names. The rest of the information can be wrong as hell, but it's very good at remembering who are the characters, what their names are, and usually they know how to spell the name, which is better than most sources that I've had. Um, so, so basically, her mentor says, go into the tree of time. It will. You can use it. It's a point of meditation, and so you will be able to release your spirit out because it's your spirit that is most important, not the avatar spirit. And so in there she sees Juan memories again and sees how they tie into her memories, and she ends up releasing her own spirit and becoming this kind of giant spirit and going off to Republic City, which is a good thing because basically Vachu has fused with Turlock. God damn it. God damn it, critic. You keep on calling him 2.0, and I keep forgetting what his name is. So basically, he ends up, Unalak. So basically, the fuse Batu Unalak Dark Avatar fights Korra and nearly wins when the daughter of her mentor comes out and exposes the light in the darkness, where Rava still is, and pulls Rava out, and then uses Unalak's teachings against them by purging both souls and winning the battle that was in fact postponed 10,000 years ago. Because even though they won the battle, wasn't a conclusive victory because they had been separated for all this time. So now it's a conclusive battle. Two are now. So basically, Rava and Vatu are now one again, bringing the world back into balance. Which makes me wonder, since they were in the tree, or since since uh, since Vatu was in the tree all this time, was was Vatu using the tree to create chaos, to expand his own powers? Because that may seem possible, that maybe that he indirectly influenced all the events that we saw thus far, everything that was beforehand. So basically, there is a clean break from the past. She's no longer, even though she gets her avatar spirit back, she doesn't have those memories, and so has to uh, make up her own mind on what is best. And so she decides to, instead of closing the spirit portals, to keep them open and allowing humans and the and spirits to go inside, to be able to cross over into each other's world. And how is that going to play out? Because with Varric loose, I wouldn't be surprised if Varric decided to open up condos in the spirit world, make up a resort, for humans in the spirit world, and how that could create further havoc in the universe. So, and I am absolutely convinced he's banging Julian. I am absolutely convinced that he is. That they are banging each other when no one is around and they feel like it. Maybe, and the first time I thought of that idea was when they weren't there. Because obviously that would be a good place for a blowjob. Yeah. So, yes, I have a different. So so the fact that they are no longer reliant, they can no longer rely on what they've used in the past to move forward, but they have to make their own path. This is, uh, the connections between these two stories is that, it's the giving up of that power, giving up of, giving up the past, giving up power, giving up that which had been so long relied upon to bring order and to come with a new future, a future that does not include these things, but comes with a new forcing all to make their own decisions moving forward. So that's pretty much my thought on that. As for the rest of you, as I said, once again, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys, uh, have a great meal, and please don't chop on each other on Black Friday. Um, because I don't, I don't care, how exclusive or Christian or how much your kid begs for something. Your life isn't worth anything material. I think that the biggest folly is that of our, and I'm guilty of it too. That we put too much weight into material. We put too much weight in the world of stuff. I love my car. I love this chair. I love my two computers, my laptop, which I'm currently recording. These are, these are fun things to have, and kind of necessary because of what I want to do. but they're not worth their life. So, you know, tomorrow when you go out shopping, if you do go out shopping, and I suggest none of you go to Walmart this year. I think that, and after hearing all the, stuff that's been going on with their company, I think it's best that you don't shop there for this. Go anywhere else. Uh, go anywhere else. Um, go to local shops. Go to um, whatever. I think that workers need respect. Um, they're bad workers, but they're also bad bosses, and respect has to flow both ways. So, um, you know, be good to each other, and God bless you. And